The question is, what is the item? What is the outcome of President Biden's visit in the region? And I would say it's a mixture of disappointments. No one of the players, the host and the guest, came out of this visit that they are fully satisfied, that their expectations were fully met. And I will decide with Israel. No doubt there was a very warm atmosphere in the visit of President Biden in Israel. He reiterated his support of Israel, his friendship to Israel, and it was felt in the atmosphere that he comes as a friend, no doubt. But in the main issue, will Israel enjoy full U.S. support if it takes a move, a preemptive move against the Iranian nuclear project? We didn't receive a clear, positive answer. No. Last resort, this kind of words, but not firm commitment. The United States is behind Israel if it comes to a point that we have to take an action. And here, as I say, some disappointment. The atmosphere was good. The general support of the United States is provided, but not to the extent that the Israeli leadership is hoping for. So this is the Israeli side. Then KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Here, the disappointed side is the American one. And this was the main goal of the president's trip, to obtain some increase in the crude production, that the prices at the pump go down. No. And Mohammed bin Salman stood quite firm in front of the president and didn't give him everything that he wanted. And he didn't accept his criticism about human rights and about Khashoggi. He presented a very proud and unbending position towards the president. So if the main goal of President Biden was the increase of oil production to reduce the prices, he was disappointed. He didn't achieve everything that he wanted to. The meeting by itself, the meeting of MBS and Biden, was a positive sign for Saudi Arabia. Their new status as the most important Arab state has been confirmed by the visit of the US president. But it is all it's all partial. It's not return to the full-fledged friendship of the 60s and even the 70s. So this is about Saudi Arabia. Now the Palestinians, we have to remember, we visit Israel, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia. Palestinians, again, they are satisfied that President reiterated his support of two-state solution, but no practical, tangible step is promised to them right now. No start or any kick of starting or resuming peace negotiation with Israel. The gestures of money and some budget allocation were positive for them, but not everything. All in all, they are the most satisfied hosts of this visit, because they were sidelines in the time of Abraham Accord, and now they are back in the position that they enjoy wide Arab support. And I will say immediately one more more words about it. So Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the Palestinians, all of them are partially satisfied and no any practical measure or taken, except maybe the Saudi approval for Israel commercial flights to fly over their territory. This is something which is very practical in the sense that it will make the flights of Israelis to the east, to East Asia or India, shorter and cheaper. Here, there is a difference, and we can't disparage it. But the most impressive part of the visit was the meeting of the 9 leaders, the Arab leaders of GCC, Egypt, Jordan, and the US president. They're meeting together in Jeddah. This was a very, though it was only declarative meeting, it was, the impact was very positive. It shows that basically the alliance between these armed states and the United States of America is still here. It's not vanished, it's here. This was the external impression, and no one can doubt it. It had a very strong impression. But if you ask me, are the Arab countries which are relevant to this, do they feel that the United States is fully behind them when it comes to the conflict with Iran? The answer is no. Yes, President Biden said that the United States is not going anywhere. They do not abandon the region. We are here. But I'm not so sure that the Arab partners to this meeting are really convinced that this is the case. And when you see their attempts to rapprochement with Tehran, you see that they are not sure. They are not sure. They are confused. Biden, I don't think that Biden succeeded to convince his counterparts that the United States is here to stay in the Middle East, because basically the change was change of interest. And the fact that the United States is now #1 exporter of oil, this is what makes the difference. This would what push the Middle East to a lower place in their strategic priorities. And this fact has not been changed. But having said that, the overall impression of the conference, the fact that 9 Arab leaders gathered and said with the U.S. president, it gave some, I would put it, it gave enough impression that the Iranians are concerned. Maybe it didn't convince the Arab participant of the meeting, but the Iranians are very much concerned that there is here again budding regional alliance, which is characterized by friendship with the United States and objection to the Islamist radicalism. The Shiite version is Iran. So the main purpose the real purpose of the trip of Biden has not been achieved. But some of the players, and I say it's mainly Israel, GCC countries, Egypt, Jordan, Palestinians, they now feel a little bit better than they felt before that. So the change is positive change, but a mild change. That's what I can say.